with it? It's your boy Jay Jackson. Man, we got the lines crazy right now. But I had to make sure I got him on the phone with us to answer all of the questions. I know it's a lot of questions out there. But we had to get him on the line, and the lines was crazy. But we appreciate it. Keep calling in, or go ahead and click the Ustream Radio Listen Live button. And you can go ahead and listen live. You can answer any questions, or you can always go to Ustream Radio 1, hit me up with the questions, and, hey, I'll make sure personally that Steve get them, and he can answer all of the questions out there. Matter of fact, I have him on the phone with me right now. Steve, you with me?
I'm with you, Jay.
Hey, you was calling in, to answer some questions. We couldn't even get you on the phone because the lines was crazy and everything. What's going on?
That's a good thing. I'm proud of you.
Hey, we really appreciate it and everything. We got Steve Stone on the phone with us. We really appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule to give us a call and everything. We really do here at Ustream Radio. So, man, we got a lot of things to cover. We don't got a lot of time, but I want to make sure we can go into a lot of stuff, Steve, if you don't mind and everything.
Give me the hardest questions you can give me.
Now, I wanted to, for all of the people out there that don't know Steve Stone, if you can tell them a little bit of who you are.
I was one of the partners over at Rough House Records, so we had Crisscross was our debut project, and followed up with Cypress Hill. Then we had the Fugees, and of course Lauren went solo and got the Grammy Awards. We then sold Rough House over to Sony, and my partners moved on. Chris moved on over to Warner Brothers. Joe Nicolo moved on over to RCA. And I went over to Coca-Cola and put together the Fantanas for Fanta Soda. So that was fun.
Man, I mean, the way you build brands, and you just named a few of the people that you did work with, from Chris Cross to Lauryn Hill, I mean, to Destiny Child, I mean, to Cypress Hill. All of these are brand-building groups. I mean, you built something, not only the music, but you was able to add merchandise and stuff to carry on the name when the music slowed down and stuff. I mean, this just wasn't a coincidence. What's some of those secrets that you do?
You just keep on trying. That's all. And everybody says, oh, it's so genius, these things you think up of. I can tell you, it's a lot of trying, a lot of making some mistakes and getting back up and going back at it and keeping it going. Man, I mean, you do an excellent job. And, always so humble. Like you always talk, we talked off air, you're talking about being approachable. Instead of being this superstar and everything, being real approachable, and that builds the brand and everything, and builds the awareness and everything. Man, and you just had so much success doing it. I always try to keep it real. That's half of the battle, because you try to be big and fake and do all these things, and people usually catch on, and then it's a problem. But I love the project I'm doing right now. You know about the Mirosa beer thing and the Girls from London. That is so real, and I just love the way it's headed.
Man, I want to get into that and everything, because this is so huge. You're doing it again. I mean, not only are you taking a large pop group from around the world, bringing them here, you're adding a product with them, Mirosa beer. You can touch on that a little bit. And what made you think about building this brand?
Well, it actually started with the Fantanas. The Fantanas were going to be this project, but in order to do this properly, like I said, I learned the hard way. When we did the Fantanas, Coca-Cola owned them, and Coca-Cola owned the product. And, and I knew it was a good branding initiative, and obviously the commercials go on to this day. Actually, I'm going to tell you a real interesting story in a second that you will love about the Fantanas that your folks will appreciate out there. It's pretty funny. But I got the idea from the Fantana project. Now, that was 10 years ago when we went head-to-head against Britney Spears. For Latin America, because she was doing the Pepsi commercials, and they needed some kind of vehicle to do it. My plan was to take those Fantana girls and release them as really the Spice Girls of Latin America. But I found out the hard way that Coca-Cola is not in the business of selling music, and so I moved on, and I found a bunch of girls that do beer, and I think, wow, this is perfect.
Man, I mean, the way you did it, I know you be so humble about it and everything, and the way you're able to incorporate it, the entertainment, versus the beer, and you're always adding product, you know, so that way, because I looked at it when we talked off air, you know, a lot of us spend a lot of time endorsing other products that we don't get paid for all the time, you know, but the way you be able to bring an artist or an entertainer to the business and put a product with them, and they're able to make money long term, and, you know, and still make the money in the business, is just so genius and everything, and you know, with the Any Day But Money, you gotta love the music and how you add the product and everything. I want to get into the shares because this has been a big thing. A lot of people have been talking about as far as the party. Can you touch on that a little bit as far as the parties is going on?
Yeah, no, what we decided to do, and you know, and I'm going to tell you this, you know, I hear you using the word genius and stuff like that. I'm just like everybody out there. You know what I am? I'm a real stubborn guy. And when I have an idea that I believe in, I'm unstuck. You know, I just won't quit, no matter how hard you get knocked down. And you know, you just really have to. You know, it's tough, but you know your blessings are eventually going to come if you just keep at it. If there's something you believe in. So with this party, you know, the girls, they got a nice beer company. It's something that Anheuser-Busch wants, one of the biggest distributors in the world. It's an Italian beer. They're right in the market. It's a great tasting beer. They got a fantastic marketing program. And so immediately when you got all those variables in place, it's like you got the perfect constellation. And then you get all these. And finance is a real tough world. And those venture capital guys and the hedge fund guys with all these funds and resources, you know, they really want to take over your companies. And you know, and a lot of times they can run them better than the average person can. They can probably run them better than I can, but it's your baby, and you can't give up on it. And so we decided, actually the girls decided, there was the girls that didn't want to give up on it. They said, we're not going to take the millions, the tens of millions of dollars right now from all these venture capital companies who want 80% of our companies. What we're going to do instead is we're going to give the stock to regular people who would never otherwise buy stock, and we're going to get 10 million shareholders, you know, like really, like in a bucket apiece, you know, as opposed to like going after the big $10 million funding. And then they discovered that they weren't allowed to sell stock because they're not registered with the Securities Exchange Commission. So, you know, they can you know, they can sell stock to, like, you know, some millionaires and stuff like that, but to a regular person, they're not allowed to. So they came up with the idea, which this is brilliant, and I give them all the credit for it, is that they said, okay, we're going to sell tickets to our party for $25. We're going to give everybody a great party, give them free food, entertainment, the whole 9 yards, a fantastic party, and then we're going to just give them 25 shares of stock, which are valued at, you know, about $1 a piece. And so they're really not selling stock anymore. They're giving it, but they're getting the same result, you know, as far as financing their companies through the party. So these girls are on a campaign to promote their beer company by throwing parties, and I just love what's happening.
Man, it's to me. I mean, thinking about it, you're saving so much money as far as advertising once you become a public stock, and doing it this way, and you're being able to get the product out there, and you're building your brand at the same time. Man.
Here's the thing about the advertising. If they took the $10 million from the capital venture firms, then they would have to go and make all these commercials and do all their advertising and just pray to God that people like their advertising so much that they went out and bought the product. This way that they're doing it, people have shares in their product. They don't spend a penny. They're actually collecting money. And you know what's going to happen when somebody has shares of stock and ownership in your company and they go to the store? They're going to buy nothing else but Mirosa beer.
Exactly. Because you own shares inside of that company.
It completely takes the risk part out of it. So I'm so happy about what they're doing.
Man, I love the way you were able to put this together and you were able to work with the girls to be able to build something long-term other than just the music. I know you talked about a little bit about the 360 deal, different artists taking that. And, you know, what was the risk as far as them being able to work out a deal with a major label with this, being incorporated with it? Or was there any risk?
I say again, I didn't quite understand.
What I was saying was, when we talked off air, the 360 deal. As far as the girls going with a 360 deal with a major label, would that have been any type of risk as far as if they would have took that?
Well, here's the beauty of this group, and this is what I really love. This group will probably be the first group in the world that is popular. I'm not even going to say hit, because I'm going to not use that term anymore. I'm not going to use hit record anymore. I'm going to say a popular group. Pardon me. Because they can't sign a record deal. You know, because I've been running record labels for my whole life, and you've got to get, as a running a label, you have got to get a 360 deal from your artist, or you won't be able to survive. And these girls have the mother load. They got the grand prize before they begin. And so they can't give that away to a record label. So for a record label, they don't have the value because there's not enough money in the music to pay the bill. So I'm watching this all develop. I said, this is the first group that is actually going to make it to the top. And I'm not going to say hit records because they will probably never hit the chart because they're doing all this stuff with the DJs and releasing all these remixes and giving freedom to the DJs to sell their own remixes. And with that many remixes floating around out there, the chances of somebody buying 1 million of one particular mix or one particular track, that when there's 100,000 of them out there, or who knows how many there'll be, is almost impossible. So they might actually never hit the Billboard chart and be more popular than the Pussycat Dolls.
Wow, wow. And the way you did it, because you were able to doing music at one time, and now you have the social media. And one big question that a lot of people will have out there is this: do you think that the social media, in the way everything is going now, helped or hurt the business?
Oh, it helped it. I was going to do this with Lauryn Hill, you know, getting the DJs to do the remixes like that. But back at that time, we couldn't download those big terabytes of master files and share them the way we wanted to. And, you know, the record labels were beating up on anybody who shared anything, and we couldn't get the job done. So, you know, in my opinion, the social media, you know, I give the record labels 5 years of existence, and it's only because they have publishing.
Wow. Well, y'all heard it.
There will be a new record industry out there because of social media.
Wow. Now, y'all heard it, so y'all can stop chasing this thing that y'all chasing, invest more into yourself, because y'all hearing it from a brand builder, someone that has been in the business, that then when it was able to weather the transition and doing it major again. Now, I want to go to some of these callers because we have so many callers. We can't get to everybody because we don't have a lot of time, but we're going to try to get to some of the people out there. You don't mind, you see?
No, fire them out, man. I want the tough one.
Oh, fire them up. Okay, we're going to go to 443-527. Okay. Let's talk. You live on the air. We got Steve Stone.
Hey, Jay, this is Kia.
Hey, what's going on, Kia?
Yeah. How you doing? I have a question for Mr. Stone.
Go ahead.
I want to know what makes you say, I'm going to sign this artist. What does an artist have to have, you know, already done as far as, you know, as an indie artist? What does he need to go to the record label and then say, okay, I'm going to sign you?
Originality. Originality of a game plan, originality of a sound, originality of an idea, how you want to market yourself. Originality is everything.
Okay.
You hear that?
I don't care whether you can't even sing in tune, whether you're Bob Dylan. If you've got something that sounds different than everything out there and it makes sense, it's great.
All right.
Now, y'all hear that? So stop being a carbon copy. Originality is always the best, no matter what somebody say.
We have a phrase that we use. We have a phrase that we use. Don't ever chase the chart because you will never catch them.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
You like that, right?
Yeah. I also like beer.
I appreciate you calling in, kid. What you say? I'm sorry.
I said I also like beer.
Oh, you tasted the beer? Great. We love that. All at once.
Hey, don't worry about it, kid. We're going to have some Mirosas for you. Don't even worry about it. You know Jay Jackson. Gotcha. Hey, we're going to go to another call and everything. 404-688. 404-688. You live on the air. Let's talk.
Hi, Jay. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Barry. Barry, CEO of Wilson & Wilson Management, LLC. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, bro? What's going on, bro?
I'm doing fine.
On the phone with us. Fire away.
Absolutely. Steve, I have a question for you. Well, actually, I have a two-part question for you.
Okay.
The first part of the question, I own a production company, and I agree with you about the industry and how it is changing because my company, what we do is we style, we image, we brand, and then we assign genre, we record and do the video, and we get our artists ready for marketing and distribution, whether they want to submit their projects to a major label or if they want to market and promote on their own.
Right.
And I want to offer this service to labels. So what is the best route for me to take to be able to do that?
Well, you're in a tough situation because the labels like to handle their own product, their own project. You know what the best way really to do it? Is to get a hit record on your own, and then they'll come crying to you, asking for your service. Because when you
that's the plan. There you go.
Yeah, it really is.
Perfect.
Well, you hear that, bro. So in other words,
I got that. You know, we already working on that part of it. Yeah.
They want to do it in house. So it's I guess you got to make your own way.
Absolutely.
You know what? That really is what it is. And I got to be honest with you. And I hate to say this because I spent my whole life over at Sony, but I'm dealing with the guys, the controllers and everything of the company that handle the plant. Sony really never invested more than 2% of its income back into the development of an artist. And the only time that I ever heard that subject come up was at a boardroom meeting, and the board of directors guy was brave enough to stand up and say, you know what, you're lying to the people, you're lying to the artists. You tell them that you're going to invest in the marketing and all that kind of stuff, and the development of the artist. Yeah, historically you never have. It's 2%. It's the number. That guy got fired. He got fired from the board.
Wow. Well, I'm actually on track.
You're getting this from the top.
It's wonderful out. It's wonderful out there. Everybody says that. You got to look at it this way. What can a record label do for you right now? They say, well, they're going to distribute my record. Well, for $10, you can go distribute it yourself all over the world.
Absolutely.
Well, unless they're going to put up a lot of money to promote you, then you don't really have a record deal. And I feel so sad for these artists who think, they're going to get a $30,000 advance, and then their life is saved, and then the $30,000 is spent in 2 weeks, in production costs, and then they got that stuff. Just do it yourself. Just go for yourself. Like I say, we'll see in 5 years now, but I predict. I'm a kind of geeky guy. I keep graphs and everything of numbers and things that are changing and trends. I don't see the record industry being alive in 5 years from now.
I totally agree with you. I do.
Well, you're hearing it right now. He's letting y'all know. Hey, we appreciate you calling in, bro. We're going to go to a couple more of these calls.
No problem.
Hey, no problem. You can stay on the line. We appreciate everybody calling. A lot of the questions, we can't get to everybody. When we get to all of y'all, make sure y'all hit me up. I'll go ahead and get them the bag, and then we'll go ahead and get them out there to Steve. And we'll make sure we can answer all of the questions. We'll go to a couple more of these callers. 44755. 44755. You live on air.
Hello.
Hello, you live on air. Let's talk.
Oh, hey, it's recording artist Elise. I'm just taking it all in.
you heard it, right? You got Steve on the phone. He's letting you know right now, right? You taking it in, right?
You know I am. Hey, Steve, are you there?
I'm right here with you. Fire it at me.
Hey.
Fire. You got something you want to ask him?
No, I'm going to be easy on you. I just wanted to say, hey, I'm just real excited about everything. I'm still coming down from our meeting the other day and taking it all in. Just was happy to meet you and Kathy and sit down, and looking forward to working with you guys and the ladies, and still over here loving the Mirosa lemon. Just waiting for the next part.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Kathy, the bartender, I love her. Isn't she great?
Yeah. It was wonderful to meet her and taking our pictures, and I'm still laughing at you trying to sneak my sunglasses on in the car. I know you like them. I'll get your pair. I didn't know if you got a chance.
You know what? That's what I love about what we're doing. I love about what we're doing, too, because all you got to do is Kathy, the bartender, needs to go out and get the whole frickin' country drunk, and ultimately they're going to love the music of the girls no matter what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And they're making money on shares at the same time. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just teasing. The music is really good, and I love this group, and I love the project. And it's nice to meet you, Lisa.
Yeah, everything
definitely.
Good. Everything was sounding good, so I'm loving it. I think Buck Wild so far is the one that I'm kind of really getting into, and trying to see what kind of mix I can put on that with DJ and see my special
we'll get you the master file so you can really go for it.
Right, sure. Sure you will.
Wow. It's still on the line, at least. We're going to go to a couple more of these callers and everything. So hold on, stay tuning in.
Okay.
410-689. 410-689. Let's talk. You live on the air.
What's up, J. Jack? How you doing, man? It's Corey Pierce from Baltimore, man.
Hey, what's going on, Corey P? We appreciate it. Hey, we got Steve Stone on the phone, fire away, right here.
How you doing, Steve? How you doing today, buddy?
Good. Baltimore.
All right, well, look, we're in the house always. Well, look, I'm not going to hold you up too much, and a lot of things, you basically answered a lot of questions that I had, and mine was basically on an independent route. And I guess what I was going to do was really just market my own self and use YouTube as a format and possibly start my own radio station. Is that probably a better way to go, whether it's musically or filmmaking, than going through the major record label or production company?
I think you're doing the right thing. I can't tell you how many times I've seen an artist perform, at some venue, and I'm looking at the place, and the place is packed, and I never heard of the group or the singer. And you can do it. You can make it these days if you do it right. Use that social media. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. But
right, exactly. It is.
It's very possible.
And one thing I've learned about it, man, it's all love. If you really don't have the love for it, like you say, you're not going to see the financial payout from going an independent route in the beginning. You definitely won't. You're going to spend a lot more of your money. But the real, the diehards, the people that really love your music or your work, they definitely find you, and you can find them.
That's right.
And that way I keep all my money. Yeah.
Good for you. I like that. Are you from the east side or the west side?
Yes, sir. Well, listen.
What part of Baltimore? Are you from the east side or west Baltimore?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm from west side, West Beemore.
West Baltimore, right?
All right, good job.
Hey, we'll see you.
We appreciate it.
I learned a lot.
We appreciate you calling in, man.
I appreciate you, Jay Jackson, man. I'm always proud of you, man. I love you. You take it easy.
Love you too, man. Keep tuning in. We're going to keep doing it. Hey, we're going to take one more call on everything. We're really appreciating any of the other questions. We can't get to everybody, but send it into the group page, Facebook, go to Ustream Radio Certified, or you can go ahead and hit me up on Ustream Radio 1, and I'll make sure all your questions, any questions about the stock shares, any questions about anything but Monday Girls or these parties and events, in the deal, off the chain, make sure you go to UstreamRadio.com, click the Mirosa Beer icon, and we got you. We're going to go to one more call, Steve, because, man, it's getting crazy. 678-886. 678-886. You live on the air. Let's talk.
Hello.
You live on the air. Let's talk. We got Steve Stone with us.
Hi, how are you doing, Steve?
I'm doing good.
I have a question. I wanted to know, what is the minimum age that a person can be in order to buy stock? I know they might not be able to drink beer, but I just think that this is such an awesome opportunity that we don't get a lot. And so I just can't wait. And what if I wanted to buy some for my children? You know, what is there?
Yep. Stock is just a personal property. It's like owning anything. Now, again, the secret to our success here is that it's a private company, and they're not registered with the Securities Exchange Commission yet until they go public, which they're going to do. So we're selling tickets to a party, and you get the stocks for free. So every ticket that you buy, you get 25 shares of stock. And what you do with that stock, whether you give it to your kids, whether you turn around and sell it to somebody, it's your personal property. You can do whatever you want to with it.
Okay, that's great. So I can get the stock. How soon, when I get at the party, or if I can't go to the party, and I understand that when I go to the party, I can get my stock certificate right then. But if how do I get it if I want to purchase it online? And is there a limit to how many tickets I can buy?
You can buy as many tickets as you want. We've had people from Europe who love these girls buying tickets, and obviously they never intend to come to the party. And all we do is mail their certificates. And, some people, what's really great? We even had one of the guys, because I watch all the people who buy all the stuff. I watch all the names. One of the guys who was with the venture capital firms that the girls turned down, turned around and bought 200 tickets to the last show just to get the stock. So I said, oh, man, that's a good sign.
Wow. Well, I just want to say that I think that this is an awesome project, and I just know I'm not going to just say the anything but Monday Girls and Steve Stone, but I know we are going to go to the top and make this the #1 selling beer.
All right.
Well, thank you so much. And, Jay, I just want to say I love the fact that Ustream Radio gives the average person an opportunity to speak their dreams and live their dreams. So great job to you guys.
Oh, there's no problem. That's why we're here. That's what we do. We send you the scoop, let you know the next thing out, and, hey, we're going to play your content at the same day going fine. Why not, right?
Yeah, well, okay, guys, I'm going to keep listening, and you keep doing what you do.
We really appreciate it. Thanks for calling in. Hey, we're out of time. Hey, for any other questions, we can't take them all. Make sure you go to ustreamradio.com, click the Mirosa bid for any parties, events, or again, those stock shares. Make sure you go ahead and click it and everything, and you can get all of the information. Any other questions, go ahead and go to ustreamradio1 at twitter.com. Send them to me. I'll go ahead. We can't get to all of them because, Steve's busy, but we'll make sure we get to them in a timely fashion. Hey, Steve, man, I really appreciate you taking the time out to giving us all of this information for people to take in. And I guarantee it's going to be taken in over and over again. We really appreciate it.
Oh, nice. I'm happy to talk to anybody anytime, Jay.
Man, and the thing is, you're able to give us both sides of it so people can be able to take this and work with it and everything. Hey, we really appreciate all of y'all out there in Ustream Radio World. Make sure y'all tune in to all of our worldwide weekly content. Hey, Steve, it's been a pleasure as well as an honor. Thanks again.
Thank you, Jay.